And once again, Energy's Us Productions presents Pittsburgh Poltergeiser Prattle. Today's topic, soul healing symptoms, the reasoning and repercussions of reaping and action. Hello and welcome back. Came back quickly. I'm excited to come on after yesterday's experiment in healing. Sorry, the very second I turn the camera on, my gums swell and I have trouble with the word S, the letter S. So I'll try to make this quick so I don't run out of time. Before I start, let's go here. This is us and the show. This is where you can find me. This is all about quantum pondering and the healing of Earth. I'm also on Rumble and Telegram now. Feel free to copy or share anything I record or teach. If you have any questions, see the past videos. They're quite short. Please ponder anything I teach. It helps enhance the 100th monkey effect in our newly unified field. And the recent solar storms are brought to you by Energy's Us, rather than ferrous, etc., being deposited in your sun. They use fresh plasma pre-programmed with love because plasma light tastes fate, less grilling. Okay, back to the topic. Soul healing symptoms. The reasoning and repercussions of reaping. Yesterday's experiment on video was to teach y'all how to heal. And first note, I wanted to mention that cold weather seems to lift this spirit energy up more efficiently and quickly. First, after yesterday's healing, I was inviting negative energy upon myself. And this is what I've been doing for 7 or 8 years, believe it or not. And I'll describe what happens as I wake. This swelling should clear momentarily. Please bear with me. This is typical. I have symptoms right before I start these videos, and it makes it more difficult, as anyone else who does these probably knows one way or another. Okay, so anyway, as I wake, because of the high frequency of the Schumann resonance and the unification of the field about me and y'all as well. Oh, I'm getting a lot of interference. As I wake, it's kind of like you are running multiple brain waves. So it's kind of like you're awake, asleep, everything all at once, and you're unified to your field. So when you first wake, everything is calm. You're having what you might call more quiet thought, and then switch to what's kind of verbal speak in your head. That's when the symptoms begin. And then if you move or speak, they become more so, because I drew them in. It's coming in the house and compacting, we shall say. The dead are bringing their symptoms with them. Wow. As I think right now. Anyway, that's when the symptoms start. It usually starts in the nose right away. I'll try to do a healing about the room and over myself. That helps, but then more comes in right after, and it'll be a different kind of symptom. Then I'll feel it scan for what I had to eat the night before and try to make me sick in that fashion, to make me vomit, especially if I'm vulnerable, like I just had some teeth out. And you can figure out the rest if you're going to control someone in a mean way. So that's what happens. So I found if I do this before I go to bed, and as soon as I get up, kind of quietly do this a little, and sometimes I'll even duck under the covers to try to cut down on any frequencies that might interfere with, we will call residue from the plasma that came in, because it drags nanoparticles with it. And keep in mind also, it will pass through glass in your windows. It's just a little slower than coming up a hill. Okay, that was a lot of talking. All right, then I had a couple notes, and that was it. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm excited because I got really sick this morning. Not a lot of the MK Ultra mind control symptoms. Oh, this is one thing they used to call it Havana syndrome. Those guys on an island picking up all that negatively programmed waterborne plasma and probably some magnetic field, probably off the tip of the Bermuda Triangle or something like that, interfering even more with their toroidal field as shown in the flow rings. Okay. Try to move this along. Soul healing symptoms, the reasoning and repercussions of reaping. I've been doing this for, I guess, a little over 8 years, probably all my life. I just didn't know it. And y'all were doing it too. You didn't know it as well. Why would you do it? What's the reasoning? Excuse me. Well, here are the symptoms. I'm sorry. Body, because I beckoned it. And there is also some that is sent in from those who oppose me. We will say local partisans. And then in waking, conscious thought, like I spoke of, as you wake, has speech or motion. That's when it'll come on. This is because it would also look for you. And we will say fragments of the dead when they heard you wake after all that quiet night. They would come to you or look to you because they want rescued or camaraderie in their basic elemental thought pattern. Resident fields, uptake, density, and filth. This is what I was talking about. Why you would try to do a healing on your local, because the barometrics of the plasma pressure increases and it makes it more difficult. Oftentimes you have to leave the house and walk around your field or block, whatever you happen to have, to help spread that out and get more cohesion with the surrounding fields to help you take up this so your field doesn't burn up. And then spirits plus sleep. I forgot what that was. Cymatic, spirit and sleep noise. That got bumped out of my head. I'm sorry. I apologize. You get sleep pollution. I forgot I mentioned that in other videos. That kicks in when you wake up, like trigger words and things like that. Plus, spirits have their own little doubt loops and things like that. Some are programmed in them after they get into your house by like passing XM and other types of antennae. And let's move on. You're like the contact cleaner on the planet as it reconnects to the galaxy that's in the planet, on the planet, and off the planet. Your plasma recycling is what you're doing. History of life and death blossom. Everything that's been trapped under this magnetosphere, as we've gone over. These are all recaps. And it's a necessity because time no longer exists. All the strides that were compressed in your planet were what you perceived as time. All surface intercessors, toroidal tumblers, all of y'all's fields, energy fields, soul fields, emotion, emotion and heart magnet. One way to attract it magnetically or cohese with it, and also cymatic and empathy. If you notice how you feel when you listen to music, that's little shapes, geometric forming in you that are the same as the music, and then also magnetic similarity or kinship, we will say, makes you cohese to the music and those you dance with, I guess, whatever the case. Why the firmaments are gone. All the ones they tried to make that we went in the past were super redundant. And the owners were removed, Act of 1871, and before that, as a recap, hell was decompressed, and after it did, it got calm, and the turbulence out of hell got out, it clashing against heaven and slowing down, etc., has stopped. The heavens are here, and they hear, because plasmatically, electron exchange is calm enough between us and the off-worlders, we shall say, to communicate, as does his cell phone, but without over usurpation or overwash. Ready for a reunion? We went over that. That's hard to imagine how many people you knew and know ahead of time because you're plasmatically connected. How you recognize evil. You'll note all the tactics and damage. Plasma, spiritual conduits. Death energy cults will be revealed. 96% of you was covertly controlled, mind, body, and soul. Your spirit is a conductor with the plasma between you and all the others. And you'll note all the tactics and damage done to you so you can repair them. Where they had you in your five senses. They were vandalizing your heart magnetics, as we mentioned, in the crimes against Lucifer, etc. Mind, collect, reflect, and inject was kind of what they were doing, scanning you, farming you, controlling you. Spirit and toroidal manipulation, we mentioned. Planet in, out, off, all were polluted. It messes up the whole cymatics and magnetics of your planet. When, up until now, Earth controllers were found, slave tactics revealed, unity, heaven, hell, earth are all now one circuit. Unity, it brings inevitable peace. No trespass or portals, all are forgiven, which means think about the future rather than the past so that you don't suffer. Love you. Love you all. They love you. Bye.